Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Unscripted. I'm going to be your host and producer tonight, Logan Landers, and joining me, as always, my boy, Jay McLove. What's up, man?
I am so excited. Real fast, super quick. Just wanted to say this is not related to football, but the Astros are in first. And we got Max Scherzer going against Justin Verlander tonight. I am excited.
Oh, I know, Jay. I know. We talked a little bit before the show started about how excited you were about the Astros. Like I said, Braves had a tough loss last night, but hey,
Haircut. It's the haircut.
it's the haircut. You got your people. Some people get rally caps. Jay gets rally haircuts, so that's how it rolls. Well, hey, if you enjoy our NFL Week 1, we finally made it. Game previews, game predictions tonight. Please like, comment, share, subscribe on the following social media channels: Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitch. Easiest way you can find all of these platforms, though, is in our link tree, which is in the description of all of our videos, which you can find on all these platforms here. Jay, let's stop talking, man. Let's talk promoting our stuff, and let's start talking some football. Thursday night matchup, Thursday night showdown. You can see on the graphic here. Lions Chiefs, first game to officially kick off the NFL season. Give me a quick breakdown and who you think is going to win this bowl game in Week 1.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, Jahmyr Gibbs is on my fantasy squad. He is going against your team Week 1, Logan. So this game has a lot of impact on you and me.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, what do I expect? I expect a lot, honestly. Let's just start with the elephant in the room that Kelsey had a hyperextended knee. They got him listed, quote unquote, as day-to-day. There was no structural damage that they could find in terms of the ligaments. So I think at this point now it's just just a patiently wait game to see if that swelling and everything goes down. If I'm them, he's listed, quote unquote, as doubtful. If I am the Chiefs, I'm not playing him. When you talked about this, I'm leaving him on the sidelines, and we'll bring him back and reevaluate him for Week 2. However, in a comma, if he does play, then obviously I got the Chiefs winning it. I think it's going to be a very tough game. Both of them have amazing offenses, and both of them sport pretty decent defenses. But again, I really put the win or loss on if Kelsey plays or doesn't play. If he plays, then I got the Chiefs winning 28-21. If he doesn't play, then I'm looking more like, of course, 28-21 favor of the Chiefs. If he doesn't play, then I'm going to take the Lions in this game, and I'm going to flip that, and I say 28-14 Lions. So really, for me, it really comes down as to whether or not Kelsey plays. Also, remember, Chris Jones is out on defense. So you won't have Chris Jones. If Kelsey doesn't play, there will be no Kelsey. So then you're looking at Kadarius Toney may or may not play as well. So we don't know whether or not because he's still coming off that meniscus injury from the playoffs. So Toney is still questionable. So what does that leave you with? Well, that leaves you with Scantling, Sky Moore, and a whole lot of hope. Maybe you're going to do a lot of that running game with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and whoever else they got over there running the ball. I forgot now. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of questions on that offense if Kelsey doesn't play and if Toney doesn't play. I expect to see a lot of running from Detroit in terms of Gibbs and Montgomery. I think that's going to be a great 1-2 punch for that defense that is Chris Jones minus. I expect to see St. Brown on display as obviously he's the number one target out there for Goff. And I think the second-year defensive end Hutchinson, I really, really need him to have a big, big game if that defense is going to do what it needs to do against that amazing Chiefs offense. But as you know, the Chiefs are still favored to take this. But again, I really believe if Kelsey doesn't play, then I think the Lions take it. And if Kelsey does play, then I fully expect the Chiefs to take it.
All right. Well, hey, man, it's going to be a great matchup, obviously. We have the Super Bowl champs in the house to kick off the year, going up against a team who has honestly been gradually getting better and better over the last few seasons in the Detroit Lions, which is a welcome surprise, honestly. I think Dan Campbell's done a great job just reinvigorating the culture in Detroit and kind of get those guys believing, like, look, man, we're not going to be bottom of the barrel anymore. And I think Detroit also, Jay, could be a potential playoff team this year, whether that's a wild card or even shocking the world and winning their division, which I don't know about all that, but I think they're definitely going to improve this year. than we've seen in years past. But I'm going to rock with the Chiefs winning this ball game. Give me the Chiefs. I'll go 32. I'll go Chiefs 32. And I'll go Detroit 24. I think the Lions are going to put up a nice fight, but I think ultimately, I even think without Kelsey, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But I think that Patrick Mahomes is just, I mean, also Jay, his raw talent that what we've seen over his whole career is just so hard to guard and hard to bring down. I think they're going to take this one week 1. So give me the Chiefs in week number 1. Up next, Jay, another rivalry game here. Browns and Bengals kicking off the season. Oh, also, before we get started with that one, Stat Guy did text us in, gave us his final score since he could not be on the show. He has the Chiefs winning 34-27, so not too far off what we picked in that one. All right, Jay, give your thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Browns. It's Deshaun Watson. It's Joe Burrow. It's a quarterback clash.
Yeah, it's almost really a lot like the Kelsey situation over there with the Chiefs. That's kind of how I'm viewing this game as well. I think because Burrow is questionable, he's also, again, day-to-day with that calf issue that he had. So if Burrow plays, I think the Bengals will be favored in this. If he doesn't play, then I fully expect the Browns to take this game. Let's look at it as what we got so far. If Burrow is unable to go, they will turn the reins over to a guy named Jake Browning or whatever. I don't even know who that dude is. I guess he's somebody special because he apparently he's the number 2 guy. I think if that happens, I think Jamar Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, they're going to be in for a long day, Logan. It's going to be a long day. And I think that offensive line is going to have to really step their game up to help this kid out. And I see a lot going on with Mixon if Burrow doesn't play. I see Mixon getting quite the lion's share of reps, let's say. And so with that being said, that really, if Burrow doesn't play, it does, I think, make the Browns defensive assignments a little bit easier. I think they're gonna have to be like a lion salivating. But I really see this going down as if Burrow plays, I think Bengals win, and if not, then I think Bengals lose. I want to turn my attention over real quick to Deshaun Watson. He's about to start a first full season back in the NFL. I fully expect a lot out of Watson. I think Watson should, I hope, have a chip on his shoulder that he's been out of the league for a while. His name's been dragged through the mud. He's lost his quote-unquote elite status as a quarterback. He needs to really use this season to basically shut people up and reestablish where he was when he was with the Houston Texans before all of this ever even happened. So I fully expect to see a lot from Deshaun Watson in this game. And it's going to be curious to see how well he responds after, being out for a long period. I'm also looking to see what Nick Chubb does in this scenario. I think Nick Chubb, is going to have a field day now that they're going to start incorporating him more in the passing game, more so than what he was last year. Last year, I think he had like 239 receiving yards. I fully expect to see Chubb having almost a McCaffrey-like season where he gets a lion's share of passes his way. I would not be surprised if he puts up north of 400 to 500 yards on the receiving end, and they combine that with the 11 to 1,200 yard rushing season. And how many touchdowns will that accumulate? Hopefully a lot, because he is my number 1 running back, and I need this dude to be a beast. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I think you're going to see a healthy dose of Deshaun, a healthy, reinvigorated new assignment for Nick Chubb. And then there's a lot of questions over there with Burrow coming off that calf injury. Will he be ready even if he does play?
Well, Jay, it looks like he is going to be ready. He said he's ready. It looks like that they are going to have him. So,
okay, well, there you go.
Hopefully no setbacks between now and the game this upcoming weekend because, man, this is going to be a great matchup. Stat Guy chimed in. He said, Browns 21-20 final score. He said Watson's going to orchestrate a game-winning touchdown drive to seal it for the Browns.
Interesting.
This is a tough one, Jay. This is a really tough matchup. I mean, this is a coin toss, I think, and this is one of the closer games we're going to have the whole week of week 1. But like I said, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that's a dynamic duo there. And then you look at Deshaun Watson and all his weapons with Nick Chubb and all the other guys he's got on his roster. I mean, it's a really even matchup, but I'm going to give the very, very slight edge I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals winning this ball game. Close one here. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I'll go 28, and I'll go Cincinnati 28, and I'll go Cleveland 20. I'll go 24. 28-24 final score. Close game in this one again, and I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a great matchup, I think. Could be the game of the week.
I'll tell you one thing. Whoever in our league drafted Jamar Chase, and I don't remember who that was, whoever drafted that guy, right now, they were sweating bullets when Burrow went down, and now they maybe feel a little bit better.
All right, Jay. We got another rivalry matchup. We're having a lot of these in week 1. Chicago Bears taking on their hated rivals, the Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packers for the first time in so long. We get to see the coming out party for Jordan Love after, 3-4 years? So you think Justin Fields is going to take this one, or you got Jordan Love with a little bit of an upset potentially?
Yeah, that's one thing I want to say about this year in football. There are a lot of storylines. There are a lot of, we want to see what this person does. I mean, all over the league, damn near even almost on every team, there's something or somebody that we are waiting to see. And honestly, if we compiled a list, it'd probably be 2 pages long of players that, we expect to see great things from or possibly busts from. And it's incredible. And this is just one of those storylines. As you know, the Bears have revamped themselves, quote unquote, to the draft and free agency. So obviously the expectation on Justin Fields is through the roof, and we'll get more into that. Even more so for the Packers. Holy crap, Jordan Love. I know you're feeling the pressure because let's be honest, your predecessors were pretty freaking popular and pretty damn successful. So you have a lot to live up to. Let's be honest. In the past 30 years, ain't been but 2 quarterbacks in Green Bay, and that's Favre and Aaron Rodgers. So now you got to be able to carry on that legacy. Can you do it? That's the thing. And here's the deal why I think Jordan Love is going to have a very rough time. Well, Watson isn't exactly the most, experienced wideout. Neither is Dobbs. Neither is Reed, the other guy they have. So all 3 of their wideouts are pretty damn green, and he's green himself because he ain't got no experience. So you got to tell yourself, you got a green quarterback, you got green wideouts. They're all going to have to – this basically is going to be a learning curve season for Jordan Love and those receivers and developing chemistry between them, all of them. So I expect to see a lot of A.J. Dillon. I expect to see a lot of Aaron Jones. I expect to see heavy doses while Jordan Love finger fumbles his way to get the ball to that very inexperienced group of wideouts. So you're given a tall task. Not only is he new, but they're new. So for us, you can't – I'll tell you right now, I can't look at this season to say, yep, Jordan Love's a bust or Jordan Love is the Eric's successor because they're so damn green. It's going to be way too hard to tell. So I think maybe that might come around year 2. Now, you can't tell if he's a bust because if he himself is, throwing interceptions or if he himself is fumbling or if he himself is not handling the ball cleanly or if he's telegraphing his passes. There's ways to know whether or not Jordan Love is a bust or not without him winning games, right? So we will see how that all pans out. But again, big-time things for him. Let's turn our attention real quick over to Justin Fields. By the way, I do have the Bears winning it. I'm going to go ahead and give you – I got a close game, though, 24-17. I think the favor is in Fields. Fields is finally going to have what he needed to really prove himself. He's got DJ Moore as number 1, Claypool is number 2, or I should say probably Mooney is his number 2, and Claypool probably at number 3. So he's got some pretty good wideouts at his disposal. I will tell you this, Logan. They've got obviously some really good pieces now in that offensive line. This is where the rubber meets the road. For a couple of years now, Fields has kind of been given a pass, right? Well, he's got this. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have this. Well, now he's got it. The problem is, can he do something with it? So there is a lot of pressure on Justin Fields as to can this dude really be the quarterback? They gave him the weapons. He's got Khalil Herbert, and he's got Dante Foreman in his backfield. He's got Kmet as his tight end. He has every damn thing he needs at his disposal to show the people of Chicago and around the nation if he's a good quarterback or an average quarterback or just a bust quarterback coming out of Ohio. And we all know where Ohio quarterbacks usually fall in line. So yeah, that's the real question, man. Can he deliver? Can he do what he's supposed to do? And I do, like I said, I'm going to give the slight edge there because of the weapons and the experience on that Chicago team versus the Packers. So 24-17 Bears. But again, I'm going to tell you, Logan, these two quarterbacks, Jordan Love and Justin Fields, this season, it's big time for them. Big time.
Well said, Jay. Like I said, this is going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, we know that over the years, the Packers have been steamrolling the Bears left and right. I mean, what was it that Aaron Rodgers said last year? Like, I own this place or something like that. I mean, I don't know, man. It feels like it's kind of an even playing field now with maybe the Bears having a slight advantage just in terms of experience. I think the Packers' defense is going to be still solid. That's going to be their strength this year as opposed to, years past. But I'm excited for this Bears team. They've really went at it this offseason. They've shown that, hey, look, we're going to actually try this year. We've got some pieces around our star quarterback potentially, and we're going to give it a go. So I'm gonna roll with that, Jay. Give me the Chicago Bears and maybe a little bit of an upset. I got this to be in a low-scoring game, though. I'm going to do the Bears 17, the Packers 14. Not sure if Jordan Love's going to be quite ready week one. That's why I got the low-scoring game, but I think overall it's going to be a solid one. So give me the Bears in this matchup. Also, Stat Guy, he said Packers 24-20. He said more the same for the Bears, which means, it sounds like the Bears are going to be fumbling away like they have for years past, according to our resident Stat Guy, Dustin Reese. Jay, Monday night affair, Bills and Jets. This is a great matchup. Before you give your take, I'll go and give Dustin's. He gave it to the Bills 27-20. He also said, welcome to the AFC, Aaron Rodgers. Jay, what's your thoughts on this amazing, probably the game of the week here, maybe, man. It's a tough one. This is a great game, though.
Yeah, again, man, this is probably this. In my opinion, I felt like that I felt like the Packers game with the Bears was going to be a big game to watch because of all the questions and the what ifs that have lingered on forever. I felt like that's going to be a huge game to watch, and I feel like this is the second biggest game to watch because, again, of all the questions, right? I look at this as a game of who can outdo who. If I had to label this game, it would be who can outdo who. Again, I think the Bills are favored. I think they're favored specifically because of the chemistry that is on this team and the talent that is on this team. But the biggest thing is the chemistry that they've been playing together. So I feel like this Jets team, they look good on paper. They've done some practicing. But this is the first game under this new rebuilt roster. So, again, even though I understand that Aaron Rodgers brought a couple of pieces over, but still the pieces that he brought over, well, they're just, second wide receiver twos, wide receiver threes, okay? So I look at this as a game of Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers. I look at this as a game of Stephon Diggs versus Garrett Wilson. I look at this as a game of brother against brother in the running game, Dalvin versus James, because I think Breece Hall, I don't know if they go full strength in him coming off that injury. So I think this is going to be the game of brother versus brother. God, I can't wait to see that. James Cook, don't let me down, baby. You're on my fantasy league, too. I do think that James Cook is going to have a breakout season. I really believe he's going to have a breakout season. The Jets do have Sauce in their secondary. So, when Sauce is out there roaming the field, Josh Allen is going to have to spy him and make sure he knows exactly where Sauce is at all times. But I still believe Buffalo still has the better defense overall of these two teams. Again, I think you're going to see Gabe Davis. I think he's going to have to step up. And I think Wilson should see a lot of those passes, but I expect to see Gabe Davis there. And that's where I kind of think they have the edge. I believe the wide receiving core edge goes to the Buffalo Bills because I do believe that Gabe Davis is better than Lazard and Cobb. So between Stephon Diggs, Knox at the tight end, and Gabe Davis is at wide receiver 2, and then you got James Cook in the backfield and your number 1 and Josh Allen. I think for those reasons and the fact that the Jets are not battle-tested, they just look really good on paper, I'm going to give that nod. I think you have to give that nod. It would be disrespectful not to give that nod to the Buffalo Bills. I got it 28-14.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup, I think, Jay, between these two teams. The Bills, Jay, we've been waiting on the Bills. Is this finally going to be the year? Are they finally going to make it to the Super Bowl? I mean, we've been saying it for the last 2 or 3 seasons. They came up short all the times. Can this possibly change the course of that? It remains to be seen. We all know the Jets picked up Aaron Rodgers. We've all talked about that ad nauseum throughout the offseason, but we finally get to see it in action come Monday night on Monday Night Football. Great way to kick off the year. I'm going to go with the Bills getting the win this one, Jay. I like Josh Allen. He's been great for the last couple of seasons. I'm going to go Bills 28, Jets 23 in this bowl game. Like I said, I think on paper the Jets look good. I think they have they have a really good defense. I think obviously you have Garrett Wilson as a tremendous wide receiver, but I think when you look at just the depth, I'm going to have to go Buffalo getting the win in this one. Once again, my final score in this ball game, Buffalo Bills 28, New York Jets 23. All right, Jay, let's keep it moving here. Final game we're going to be talking about. The Dolphins are going to be taking on the Chargers in this Week 1 battle. Final game preview. What's your thoughts on it, my friend?
Yeah, again, man, this is another. I would say this is the number 3 game tonight, just because I want to see how Tua comes back after that concussions that he took out last season. So it's almost like redemption season for Tua. So for that reason alone, I think this is going to be an amazing game. And let's be honest, that's your boy, that's your quarterback.
Yep, that's my quarterback.
You need that dude to have an amazing game. So again, but I'm going to tell you though, I do got San Diego favored, but I like Miami to win. So San Diego is the favored team here, but I like Miami to win. So I'm going to hedge my bet on Miami in this. Tua versus Herbert. I think Herbert's the better quarterback, so I'm going to give the edge there. Mostert versus Eckler. Obviously, I'm going to give the edge to Eckler. But what I think is interesting to me is Hill and Waddle versus Allen and Williams. I'm definitely giving the edge to Hill and Waddle. I do think the Chargers do, with Bosa and company, do have the better defense. But I just firmly believe that this Miami team, they're going to be primed and ready to go, man. And I think Tua just really wants to show the world who he is, that he is good to go from that injury. And I fully expect him to air it out. I expect Mostert to run the hell out of the ball. And I really believe Miami's going to pull the underdog win. But I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a one-score game, 21-14.
All right. Snack Guy said he's got the Dolphins taking this one 31-23. He says Vic Fangio can turn them into contenders this year. So we will see what happens with that. I'm also going to rock with the Dolphins this year, getting the win. Obviously, Tua's going to throw for 550, pull a Shedeur Sanders, a couple touchdowns here and there. Okay, come on. I'm not going to be that crazy, Jay. But I do think the Dolphins have a good team. I think their offense is explosive. I do like Justin Herbert. He's a tremendous quarterback. We've talked about that for years now. But I don't know, man. I like this wide receiving core. I like what they did with their secondary. I like what they did with the defense in Miami as well. So give me the Dolphins in this matchup. I'm going to keep it close, though. Give me the Dolphins 34 and give me the Chargers 31. A 3-point ball game could come down, Jay, to a last-second field goal. Who will know? But we want to hear from you, our fans. Who's going to win all 5 of these ball games? Give you a quick recap. We got Dolphins and Chargers, Bills and Jets, Bears and Packers, Browns and Bengals, and Lions versus the Chiefs. Who's going to win these matchups? We want to hear from you, our fans. Jay McLovin, as always, my friend, we appreciate you coming on, talking some NFL football. Feels so good to say that once again. If you want to find a link to all of these episodes, though, check out our link tree on all of our social media apps here. You can see it on all of the descriptions of our episodes. And now, Jay, we're going to be implementing playlists on our YouTube channel to where you can go and watch all of our week predictions for NCAA as well as the NFL. Very easy to look at. Just go to our channel on YouTube, go to playlist, and you'll see our logo right there, our title. It'll say NFL or NCAA week or just game previews. So go check it out. And like I said, we'll see what our records are looking like, Jay. Come next week. I got a bad feeling, but hey, hopefully we'll get better as time goes on. Once again, man, we appreciate you coming on. It's been an absolute blast as always. I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone, and we'll talk to you again on another episode of Unscripted. We'll see you then.